My name is Sean McKinney, and I'm the president of the Ottawa District Labour Council. And welcome to a brand new edition of the Cupe 503 Conversations with Labour. And with me here today is the president of Cupe 503, Brian Madden. Brian, welcome.
Thank you, Sean.
Brian, can you provide an overview of your membership?
Our membership is very diverse. We have Public Works Department, the Water Department, Child Care, Health Care, Paramedics, long-term care, libraries. We have Humane Society workers and community care access workers.
So it's quite diverse and significant as well. Certainly one of the largest unions in the city. Approximately how many members do you have, Brian?
We have just a little over 7,000 members.
Wow. Earlier today, there was an event over at City Hall. Can you speak to that a bit?
It's a great news story. It was an event that was put on by the chair of the Environment Committee, Councillor Maria McRae, and it was to announce that the solid waste collection group at the city had generated over $6 million in savings for the taxpayers.
Wow, and that's something that you certainly don't hear very often. I was there earlier today. What caught my attention was the number of people that were there. There were other staff, and there were some recognizable faces, and other councillors as well. Who all was there?
Well, as I said, the chair of the Environment Committee, Maria McRae, was there, and the general manager for the section in question, Dixon Weir, was there as well.
Senior staff and elected officials. I know there was tons of media because a few hours after the event, our local newspapers all had clips of stories that they were planning on writing. It's interesting to note that this is something that we don't see that often, where a city union is being thanked for the work that has happened, the money, the savings that's been found for the taxpayers. Is this a new initiative that you've taken to try and bring more attention to that, bring it front and center, Brian?
Well, certainly our local is very involved in identifying services that were previously contracted out that could be brought back in-house for and provide taxpayers with significant savings. I can say that there's this myth out there with respect to private sector companies that they can do it better and more cost effectively than the public sector workforce, and that's completely wrong, and we've proven that time and time again. With private sector companies, they're interested in generating profits for the company, for the shareholders. With the public sector workforce, we live in the community, we care about the community, and we're interested in making sure that we deliver the best value services for the taxpayers. And they're the people, they're the shareholders, they're the people who are important. When we started looking at contracting in work, we looked at the graffiti removal at the City of Ottawa initially, and we were able to in our first pass, we were able to show a 50% savings. So this is an area that was primarily contracted out, and now we have it primarily contracted in. So that's just one example where we've been working.
It's interesting as well, because I really don't think that many people in the city are aware of those kinds of contributions that your members are making to their city, not only providing a cleaner city, but also, at the end of the day, to be sure, a reduced cost that they're paying for a service that's provided to them. And it's interesting and certainly telling as well. You know, I think it was, call it coincidence, call it what you want, but yesterday I happened to be in the city of Toronto. And all of the talk was around Mayor Ford's direction to privatize their garbage. Lead stories that I was tuned into was talking about that. Residents were talking about that privatization of the city's garbage. Do you have any comment on that?
Well, certainly I don't want to venture into another union's area, but when you hear a politician at that level with that kind of rhetoric, it's very concerning.
I can understand that, to be sure. As always, Brian, it's been a pleasure. Keep up the great work, and congratulations again for a job well done.
Thanks, Sean.
We're up and down that road, trying to lighten up your load, taking pride in everything we do. We're up before the sun, making sure the job gets done. We care because we live here too. Yeah, we're working for you. Working